Be honest. Have you ever created a budget, felt super disciplined for a week or two, and then watched it completely fall apart? You're not alone. And here's the truth. Your budget isn't failing. You're just making a few critical mistakes that almost everyone makes without realizing it. In this video, I'm breaking down 5 huge budgeting errors that silently drain your money month after month. Once you fix them, you'll stop wondering where your paycheck went and start telling your money exactly where to go. Before we jump in, I want to ask you something. What's one budgeting mistake you've made in the past that you think slowed you down financially? Drop a comment below, and please don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Having done that, let's dive into the 5 reasons your budget isn't working. Stick around, because one small change from today could completely transform how you save, spend, and build wealth, starting right now. Mistake number 1, you're guessing your expenses. Most people don't actually budget, they guess. You tell yourself, I probably spend around $200 on food each month. Meanwhile, your bank statement is screaming $347.52, and that's exactly why so many budgets fail. If you're not tracking what truly leaves your account, your budget isn't a plan, it's just a hopeful wish list. You're working with assumptions instead of facts, and money slips through the cracks when you're not paying attention. Here's how to fix it. Go back and pull your last 2 to 3 months of bank statements. Every card swipe, transfer, and cash withdrawal, highlight them all. Group them into categories and face the real numbers head on. And that data shows your actual lifestyle, not the version you think you're living. Once you see the truth on paper, building a budget that actually works becomes a whole lot easier. Mistake number 2, your budget is too strict. Some people create what I call military-style budgets. No eating out, no fun, no coffee, no little treats, no life. Everything is strict, disciplined, and perfectly balanced on paper. But then Friday night hits. You're tired, hungry, stressed from the week, and suddenly it's pizza delivery, ride shares, late night online shopping, and that perfect budget is officially destroyed. Here's the problem. When your plan is too extreme, it doesn't build discipline, it builds pressure, and pressure always finds a way to explode. Cutting out every enjoyable expense might sound responsible, but in real life, that usually leads to burnout and overspending later. So what's the smarter move? Intentionally build guilt-free spending into your budget. Yes, actually give yourself permission to enjoy small things. That coffee, that meal out, that movie night, plan for it. Fun money isn't careless, it's strategic. It keeps you motivated, consistent, and realistic. Remember this, a budget you can live with will always beat a flawless one you quit after 2 weeks. Mistake number 3, you forgot about irregular expenses, car repairs, birthdays, school fees, holidays, subscriptions you forgot you were even paying for. These expenses always feel like emergencies, but let's be honest, they're not surprises. They happen every year. The only reason they shock us is because they don't show up monthly. So we pretend they don't exist until they suddenly attack our account balance. This is one of the biggest reasons budgets fall apart. You plan for rent, groceries, and transport, but forget the irregular costs that quietly stack up in the background. Then when they finally hit, everything else in your budget gets thrown off and panic mode kicks in. Here's the fix. Start preparing for them before they happen. Set up what's called sinking funds, small amounts you put aside regularly for future expenses you already know are coming. Break big bills into tiny monthly pieces. Instead of scrambling for hundreds at once, you're calmly ready because you planned ahead. When that car needs repairs or a birthday invitation pops up, you're not stressed, borrowing, or blowing your entire budget. You're in control. And the surprise disappears because you saw it coming all along. Mistake number 4. You're not paying yourself first. Be honest. How many times have you told yourself, I'll just put whatever's left into savings at the end of the month? And then the end of the month arrives and somehow there's nothing left? Yeah, that plan almost never works. Not because you're bad with money, but because leftovers disappear fast when spending comes first. Here's the truth. Treating savings like an afterthought makes it optional, and optional things usually get skipped. If you really want consistency, it has to happen automatically before you even get the chance to spend that money elsewhere. So here's the simple fix. Set up automatic transfers the moment your paycheck lands in your account. No thinking, no negotiating with yourself. And it just happens in the background while you go on with your life. And don't worry if the amount seems small. Even 5 to 10% can make a powerful difference over time. The key isn't starting big, it's starting steady. Turn saving into a system instead of a struggle, and watch how quickly your financial habits begin to shift. Mistake number 5, you never adjust your budget. That budget you created last year? Yeah, your life has changed since then. Prices went up. Your income may have shifted. Maybe you picked up new responsibilities, new goals, or new bills you didn't have before. And if your budget stayed exactly the same, that's a big part of why it isn't working anymore. Here's what most people forget. A budget isn't a one-time document you make and never touch again. It's a living system, something that needs regular updates as your life evolves. What worked 6 months ago might be completely unrealistic today. So what's the fix? Schedule a monthly money check-in. Just once a month, sit down and review what actually happened. What categories went over? Which ones were easy to stick to? What surprised you? Where did you underestimate or overestimate your spending? Then adjust. Shift numbers around. Tighten some areas, loosen others, and create a plan that fits your current reality instead of an old one. When you treat your budget like a flexible tool instead of a rigid rulebook, it becomes far more powerful and a whole lot easier to stick with. If your budget hasn't been working, it's not because you're bad with money, it's because you've been playing the game without the right rules. No one really teaches us how to manage money, so most people stumble through it feeling frustrated and confused. But fix these 5 major mistakes and everything starts to shift. Your paycheck stretches further. Money stops disappearing so fast. That constant stress eases, and you finally feel in control instead of overwhelmed. Small changes create big results when you apply them consistently. So upgrade your strategy and watch how different your financial life can start to look.